Today's our Dress to Champions campaign. This is actually the day we kind of welcome the schools to our family here. And what it is the schools the 7 schools that competed and won and Dress to Champions are coming here to kind of, accept our invitation to become part of our family and to get some incredible uniforms. The way they got in was by submitting an essay. They put an essay in, we chose what we thought were the best essays, got them into their in their categories. We put them online, they would put a video in, and then it became a community vote. From there you saw the people who really wanted to win it. You saw some incredible turnouts. We had over 800,000 votes.
Michael, her son, is the one who actually wrote the essay, basically as a way to give back to his team that he had spent so many hours with. We're 6A 2009 champions for baseball. They have a game today, so they're still in the playoff run.
I would like to take the opportunity to say thank you to Allen Sportswear. It was a phenomenal contest. It really brought our boys together. And for my son, I feel bad he's not here, but again, we're in the hopefully state playoff again, 2 more games and we'll be there. But it gave us a great opportunity and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to us.
Thank you very much. Oak Ridge, as I said, 6A classification from Orlando, Florida. Really, a heart behind the school is unbelievable. They put up 80,000 plus votes. They had, ice cream socials on the weekend, so it was really a community effort when it came to them. Constant communication on our message boards and everything, sharing on Facebook. You guys did a great job on really rallying this community behind you, and I know that they'll be happy to see you guys in some brand new uniforms on the field next year. So
I don't know about you, but I can definitely say since the Allen Sportswear contest has ended, I'm going through serious withdrawal. From checking my phone every minute to my laptop to my computer to my desktop and emailing and calling and texting everyone to remind them to vote for us every day. What I was reminded the most from participating in this contest was back when I was playing lacrosse and the season would end, I would miss that camaraderie, the competition and the strive for an overall goal that we all were striving for. And I felt like this is the kind of experience we had at Oak Ridge when participating in the Allen Sportswear contest. And that's something that I'm going to remember, just connecting with our school and with our alumni. From all those 80,000 votes that we got, I have learned that how far our connections go from Australia to Europe. We had votes from Vietnam actually coming in, so it was really, really cool to be able to experience that. And I just want to thank Allen Sportswear for the opportunity, because I know as hard as we were working at Oak Ridge for the votes, Allen Sportswear was working twice and 3 times as hard behind the scenes to make it a smooth running contest. So thank you very much for helping us out.
We haven't had a freshman football team in probably over 15 years.
Wow.
And largely due to not being an outfitted team. So this year we have our first time having a freshman team.
That's amazing.
What we did when we started the contest was, after we had read everyone's essays, we put you into categories based on what sports you were in, and we really felt that there was a lot of schools still that needed an opportunity at winning some uniforms because they had some great stories. And the story that Sebring has is definitely a touching story. One of their players, who's actually here, do you want to come up? No? Come on up. All right. Maybe you'd be a little bit better to tell her story, or she can tell her story. Which one of you?
I can touch on it. I know she's going to be more nervous than I am.
Okay.
She was born with a birth defect in her foot when she was originally born. She's been pitching on it. I mean, her dad started her off in softball, and she's a very stubborn, hard-headed young lady that just doesn't know how to give up. And well, all of a sudden, her foot progressively got worse, the disease that's in it. And we thought this was going to be her last year pitching. The doctors pretty much said at the beginning of this year she had 1 game left that she could pitch before she went under the knife, and they figured she'd be done. And it was probably the best game that she's ever played. Once they got in there, they realized it wasn't, the disease was still there, but what was causing the majority of her pain so she couldn't walk is there was a bone that had died and basically broke into 3 places. And they were 3 sharp points that were jabbing her in her nerves and in the side of her foot. So they were able to remove that, and she missed half the season still, recovering from it. But then since then, she's been able to get back on track and start pitching again.
And I heard in the meantime you were you put your leg up on a bucket and you'd be pitching from there. So you know that's the kind of heart that we're looking for. That's the champion's heart. This team has more than just their on-the-court accomplishments. Although they've had quite a run the last few years, winning 20-plus games each year, and doing well in both the district and in tournament play. But regardless of that, the coach makes sure that they do well outside of the court. The GPA is up over 3.0 for the team, which is an amazing feat. With all, how much these athletes go through. They have to, be at conditioning. They have to, worry about their studies. Then they got to go to practice. They got games. So it's really hard to make sure that you maintain that GPA, and that's one of the big things that we pushed for in this contest, was to make sure we had teams that had that aspect as well. They also do a ton of community service. They have an event called Think Pink that they do every year. It's to raise breast cancer awareness. It's with a lot of local high schools. So we're really grateful for University, and thank you very much, Coach. Go ahead, if you'd like to say a couple things.
Yeah, first I'd like to thank Percy Ritchie, who wrote the essay.
Yes, thank you very much.
My assistant coach.
Great essay.
And in the essay, he touched on a lot of what, when you use the word champion and we want to dress like champions, he touched on a lot of the things that had nothing to do with sports, had nothing to do with the on-the-court stuff. And that's really what we've tried to pride ourselves on, is if you can build that off-the-court mentality of everybody being a champion, then the other stuff will take care of itself. And we've had success because of that, I think, and the fact that we've pushed these kids to do the things that on and off the court that'll help them later in life. My AD, Michael Lukowski, he was great support through all of this. I'd like to thank my principal, Dr. Armbruster, who gave us the idea about, let's set up some voting stations, let's get let's get all these kids involved, let's walk around with big signs. Coach Ritchie had big signs walking around at lunch saying, vote on your phones, vote on your phones. And all of that kind of built this, this just firestorm of support that we had throughout the school itself, and getting all the votes. And we want to thank Allen Sportswear for giving us the opportunity, and I look forward to wearing those uniforms and hopefully taking it to the next level and dress like it, play like it. That's what we want to push ourselves to next year. So thanks again.
Thanks, Coach. It's going to be our men's basketball team. Got a couple of the players here. Just a couple of things about this school. They're a relatively new program, only been around for 4 years, but in that short amount of time, they've performed really well. Ranked top 15 in the area two out of those 4 years, with a lot of talent on board. Both the players here are young players, so I know you got a good future ahead of you, and we hope to be a part of that. Thank you very much. You guys really showed the determination that it takes to win something like this, coming from behind multiple times, just to, with the kind of community support that you were able to raise. So thank you very much, Coach.
It really is a neat thing for a new school and a new program to be able to be involved in this. We are incredibly grateful to Allen Sportswear for everything that you all have done. The entire contest was a great blessing to watch our school, our community, our parents get involved in. You all said something at the beginning of this that we really believe in, and that is, yes, we're very proud of what we've done on the floor, but it's more important that we're developing young men into men of greatness and men of character. And clearly the vision you all have here is along the same lines, and so we're very excited about that partnership.
Thank you very much, Coach. Wildwood is a 1A rural classification school with a very small student body population, and yet they still put up 70,000 plus votes. So that kind of number is unattainable if you aren't able to rally the kind of support that this contest was built to foster. So, Coach, thank you very much. We really look forward to to being around your school.
Allen Sportswear, we're very thankful. One of the things we set out to do for the whole thing was that, kind of like Coach said at Oak Ridge, we haven't had a JV team in the past 3 or 4 years, and this year, with that, really the help of the contest, I think we had for spring about 65 kids, and there's only 415 kids in the school to begin with, and so that's for us, tremendous. And even our middle school program, which is in-house because we're a middle high school, you know, we had 40 kids last year. So we're talking around 100 kids playing football at a very small community. It's an impact that I think we can make on these kids. You know, we're talking about farm kids, we're talking about all kinds of things. And one of the things the contest really brought out was that, you know, the alumni coming back and recognizing and helping with the voting and things like that. It really brought the community back together. We had a lot of parents, you know, our athletic club and things like that did a lot of work, and it really showed with the amount of votes. You know, we were surprised we could stay with Oak Ridge because of, you know, again, it's a very small community, and we were just overwhelmed with the amount of love and passion everybody showed. So sorry about my voice. I kind of lost it. I had fun yesterday at practice.
They're already performing like champions on the field, and we know that will continue. But like the other schools, it's more than just that. The coach teaches these girls about life. He teaches them life lessons. He teaches them, you know, how to succeed when you're not at school, and the lessons that you learn from sports can really translate into life.
We'd like to thank Allen Sportswear. It was an exciting contest. I think for us especially, it was during our season, so we were already in a competitive mode, and we had been fighting to catch up with votes for 10 days, and we were still behind. And my kids just looked at me and said, "We've invested too much. We don't even want to lose." And we've been riding that momentum all the way through playoffs and into the state semifinals on Monday night. And they're a great group of kids I work with. Our athletic director set up different voting stations, and I was telling someone earlier that we had SATs on campus one day, and my kids were up there funneling the kids as they left through the media center to vote before they could leave. And so they did, you know, a great job, and it's a wonderful group of kids. And you know, we try to bring to them the things that, like, my dad was my mentor as far as athletics and taking responsibility. We try to get that for the kids to understand that. They're a great group of kids to work with.